The next stakeholder affected by change is employees. They're our second group of stakeholders that we're going to look at. Number two. So let's go back to earlier when we looked at what are the direct or vested interests of employees from a business. What do they want? They want to have secure employment. They want to receive fair remuneration and workplace conditions. They want to have a satisfying job and also the opportunity for career advancement and to work for a business that is ethically and socially responsible. So these are just generalities. Not every person wants the same thing and every business is different. But in general, that's what employees want. So how can they be positively impacted by change? Well, they can be financially and non-financially rewarded for being a part of the change. So bonuses, training courses, etc. They can develop and learn new things. So change means you get to, or literally have to do something new or different. So then you need the new skills and the business will provide those for you. That's good for you. Also, sometimes we always look at automation as bad for employees because it replaces them. Well, a lot of automation doesn't actually replace people. It just makes their jobs easier by removing boredom and also doing safety tasks that are dangerous. It makes their jobs safer. Also, if you are part of a change, that means the business wants, they want you around for the long term. And if you're good and a successful part of that change, you're going to increase your job security. But there's a lot of negatives of change for employees. They include usually change, especially for Australian businesses, means reducing the size of the workplace. Get those costs down. How do we get costs down? We get rid of the Australian workers and replace them with automation or maybe outsource overseas, that sort of thing. Also, the skills that are needed by the business for the future for this change, the employees may not have those skills. It might mean they need to learn new things, and that would cause resistance and fear, worried that you're not going to have your job. They also, continue to keep their jobs, might need to use new technology or develop their skills, and a lot of people don't want to do that. Maslow assumes that everybody does with the self-actualization, but in reality, not everyone does want to learn new things. Some people just want to turn up to work and do the same thing every day and just feel that comfort, and you're going to lose that with change. Also, it might literally mean a change of culture, but also literally where you have to work. Maybe you have to move to another building or another suburb or another town or another state or another country, and that's going to make people feel threatened too. Looking at an example, we'll stick with our examples of Apple changing how the Apple Watch is marketed. It's no longer a smartphone for your wrist; it is a medical device. And that's Tim Cook and Mary Barra at General Motors changing to an all-electric car fleet by 2035. Now, if you are the employees at those businesses, what are the potential positives? Well, you can look at it on the positive side and go, well, there's an opportunity here. If we are part of this and this works, we'll share in some financial rewards. Also, we get an opportunity to develop and transfer our skills, particularly with the General Motors employees. Look, this is going to happen eventually. We're not going to use petrol-based cars forever, so we might as well do it now, and we might as well be the workers who get to transfer and learn new skills, so then we can have the jobs of the future. Therefore, we're going to increase our job security. If we're successful at this, our business will need us, and so will other car makers as the future comes about, and all the car makers make this decision. Well, that's a lot more people that we can get jobs with. And it's a great recruitment tool. So if you're part of the successful change at General Motors or Apple, you can then pitch your services to other businesses. What are the negatives? The negatives are the business might just go and hire the people who already have these skills right now. So people, designers and coders who design smartwatches, just go and get them. Just get rid of the current iPhone developers, or at General Motors, the employees who make petrol cars. We don't need them. We'll just go and hire some. So therefore, there's the potential for redundancy. If you can't transfer over your skills and adapt, you're going to lose your job. I imagine that's going to make you feel very anxious and threatened, and then you're going to be very resistant to this change. And some people, we said in an earlier video, they don't actually like to learn new things. Maslow assumes you do, but you don't, not everyone. And people might not want to, but to change, they'll have to. And lastly, it could, require you to move. So particularly for the General Motors employees, in Australia, we don't make cars anymore for a start. But in America, in Detroit, around where all the big car makers are, maybe they need to move out to California or Nevada where the electric cars are made. I imagine that's going to make them feel very, very stressed.